Hi, I'm Sam Witte. This is my Chapter 5 review for Tech and Society, and this week we're going to be talking about medical breakthroughs, which is kind of something that I think should be talked about even more in society nowadays. And technology is ever growing and helping the medical field in what we do. So it's kind of an important topic, if you ask me. But for, For our first topic of this video, we're going to be talking about two videos that I watched that the teacher assigned us to watch. One of them is TED Talks, and another one is just a video about the future of medicine itself. So the first one we're going to talk about is the TED Talks video, which is kind of talking about healthcare and how it is more of a reactive part of our lives instead of being a proactive part, which he wasn't wrong, and it got me really thinking about this when he said that. That we kind of wait for us to get sick, or the healthcare system is rigged so that it doesn't help us unless we're already sick, you know, or we already need help. But there's technology coming out, or that has already come out, that is making the medical field and healthcare more proactive, if you will. And I think that's very important, and just getting people thinking. Like feedback loops make healthcare expensive. If you don't know what a feedback loop is, it's us getting sick. The doctor prescribes a medicine, right? That we use the medicine, and if it works, that's great. It broke the cycle. But if it doesn't work, we go back to the doctor and he prescribes something else, and it's just a vicious cycle if you're sick and they don't know what it is, you know. When in reality, if we take care of our bodies and stuff like we really shouldn't be getting sick that often. And it's a proactive way of just keeping us healthy and saving us money, which I thought was not really ingenious, but enlightening for all of us to know. Like, if you think about it, everyone has phones and stuff. Phones track our steps and stuff like that. We have Apple Watches and Fitbits and all that other jazz. Several hundreds of apps and or products that we can buy to help us track our fitness and our health, our sleeping habits, all of that. And that all ties back into having a healthy life, I'd say. Your phone can tell you how many steps you've taken, how much you've walked, how many flights of stairs you've climbed in a day, and having that on your wrist, it really helps you. So just know that and keep track, keep pace, start kind of living a healthier life. There's also apps and such that track your sleep habits, because we all know you're supposed to get a healthy 8 hours of sleep to be considered healthy and for your mind and body to function and work right with each other. Not many people do get 8 hours of sleep, me being one of them. Most college kids don't, let's be honest. But all this said, what he said in the TED Talk is we need to take advantage of all this technology coming our way to really proactive the healthcare and Medicare part of society, and to keeping people in our demographic and in society healthy, and just kind of forcing sickness and stuff out of our lives as much as we can. There's a lot of technology going on that is looking more towards the future, if you will. Stuff you can wear, stuff you can eat, stuff that's on you. I already talked about the Fitbits and the phones. Like, they're supercomputers sitting in your pocket generating all this data for you to know, but if you don't use the data, you're not doing it right. You can get sensors and all this other type of stuff that you can swallow, you can wear. They have sensors in fabric now to help you, that can monitor your heart rate if you have heart problems or anything like that, monitor your glucose levels. If you have heart murmurs, it'll listen stuff that in your fabric, it'll listen to your heart and warn you if something's going on. I mean, even for babies, the diaper companies and stuff are working on stuff are producing an app, if you will, to send that will notify the parent's phone if the kid has peed or pooped in their diaper. Like, technology is advancing so much and so quickly. Like, I don't think society knows what to do with it just yet. But we are ever evolving, and I think one day we'll fully take advantage of this technology coming into our lives that we don't know what to do with yet. I mean, early 2000s, no one really knew the capability of a phone, and then nowadays we use phones for everything. So that's just kind of like my take on it. Like, you just got to learn a little bit before you can actually take advantage of what you have. Like I said, they have stuff like things you can swallow, little pills that have cameras in them to track your digestion, and check out your dietary tract and your digestive tract to make sure everything inside of your body is working and functioning like it should be. And I thought that was really cool, honestly, because like my dad had cancer and stuff, and I feel like, you know, if we had this technology, because it's a really sensitive topic for me, but he had colon cancer, and I feel like with some of this technology it would have helped be able to detect this cancer sooner. And a lot of this technology is really leaning towards finding diseases and stuff like cancer quicker, tumors and all that grow with inside you that you can't see from the outside, you know. And then there are also companies are working on take-home tests, like bronchitis and stuff like that. You literally have to spit in a cup. It'll tell you like if you have influenza or bronchitis or something like that. It'd be really cool. A take-home test you could buy at the store, take home, and you could test yourself instead of paying hundreds of dollars for a doctor visit or something like that, using your health care that you've saved up over a couple of years to test yourself. Go to a doctor, you can test yourself, and I think that was really cool. That's the TED Talks video. This next video I'm going to talk about is called The Future of Medicine, and it's kind of trippy, honestly. Like, there's some next level stuff there, some sci-fi level medical practices that'll be coming our way within the next years, hopefully. They're talking about being able to build DNA, and you know, so you can, I mean, they already have stuff right now where they've worked on that you can build your own baby and stuff. I mean, I don't know if I'd take it that far. I mean, I think you should let nature take your course on that kind of stuff. But like building DNA to, you know, rebuild organs and such stuff like that, and you can literally take a regular DNA strand or a cell, and like by tweaking one or two things, you can grow it into a whole arm or something. And that type of stuff could really help amputee patients and stuff like that, or growing your own tissue. So I thought that was really cool, and that definitely ties into cancer, I believe. The cancer cells that take out organs or tissue in your body, and you can regrow that tissue and seamlessly put it back into your body somehow. That's kind of cool. Like, and I respect that. I think we should put more money and more of our funding and hard work and biggest, brightest minds into figuring that stuff out. Next part of my video that I'm making right now is I had to find three articles actually. I'm going to be talking about 3 articles. Usually it's only 2. First 2 are from the Wall Street Journal, and the last one is talking about nanotechnology, which I kind of already stole some of the nanotechnology stuff from the article and threw it into the future of medicine stuff I was just talking about, because they kind of go hand in hand. Nanotechnology is a brand new thing. It's coming in, and it's going to be a big thing, really. And most of it was just talking about regrowing tissue and stuff like that, which I just talked about. So that's pretty much what that article was about, and the future of nanotechnology and using it to process and really help figure out stuff in the medical field and what's going on in people's bodies using nanotechnology. You know, whether they're having to swallow like nanobots or something, and they're actually in your body for a week or 2 taking tests. And you know, you go back to the doctor and you pee in a cup or something, and they collect those nanobots and they collect the data, and they go from there, which I thought was really cool, kind of proactive, you know. But at the same time, it can also be retroactive or reactive as well. So, I mean, like I said, we're evolving, and that's what matters. And then, so my articles from the Wall Street Journal are as follows. My first article that I found was about Louisiana using a like Netflix type of account to really advertise their drugs for hepatitis C, because I guess hepatitis C was a big thing in Louisiana. A lot of people were dying from it. So they struck a couple deals with some drug companies. So instead of paying per dosage, you're actually paying like an account member or something like that. You can get as much medicine as you need at a flat rate. Kind of like you can watch as many movies as you want on Netflix or something like that for a flat rate a month, no cap. Watch as many movies, you pay $12.99 a month, something like that. Same thing for this hepatitis C medicine. The state, if you're a member or a resident of the state of Louisiana, I guess, you pay a flat rate to the state of Louisiana who provides the medicine, and you can get as much medicine as you need, and as your doctor prescribes you to need, at this low rate, which I think is awesome. Literally, the United States, that is something that should happen in every state, I believe, for any type of medicine. You know, we're trying to make people healthy, and we're trying to get people to live longer and stuff. So that was just crazy. It blew my mind how the state of Louisiana kind of thought about this and put it to work in their own certain way for what they needed to do. And my second article is about Google, Microsoft, and Amazon kind of all competing for to put hospital data and like stuff like that into the cloud. So if you don't know what the cloud is, it's like a storage system that Apple has, and it's not an actual cloud by any means. Just letting you know that right off the bat. But it goes up there and it's saved kind of forever, and people can access it from anywhere. So companies are trying to, these three main companies, Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, are all trying to create a, not like a spreadsheet or nothing, but I guess it's this technology or app or software that only hospitals can use. And so it makes transferring data from one hospital to another, because a lot of hospitals still use fax machines and paper and pencil to transfer information, and that's fine and dandy and stuff, but this will be way faster. And I think if you're able to type something up and save it, you can access it from anywhere in the world. Kudos to you, and that just helps the general public and the people wherever it is that they are in the world to do better, be healthy, and keep track of things, especially if it's like a cancer patient in Texas who is going to California to get their procedure done because the best doctor to remove this tumor or something is in California. If the doctor doesn't have to take the time or whatever, make sure that this fax went through, he can just get onto this software that Google, Amazon, Microsoft has created, get on that in his own office and access it and know what is wrong with you and what he has to do right away. Awesome. That's awesome, because it has to go through a lot of people when it comes to faxing and everything like that, assistants and everything. The doctor can do it straight from his computer to the other doctor's computer, just like that. It's kind of like an email, I'd assume. They didn't really specify as what it was going to be like, an app or nothing like that. They just said software, so I assume it's going to be in like an app form, but specifically for hospitals. No one else can access it. And that's kind of what I got out of this week. And for talking about breakthroughs in medicine. Medicine is our future. It's what's going to keep us alive. And I thought it was really cool that there's a lot of new futuristic type of procedures going on and technology going into medicine that will help us stay safe and healthy for years to come. And I can't wait for the human race to really take advantage of all this stuff coming its way. Thank you for joining me. I'm Sam Witte, and this is Chapter 5 for Tech and Society.